All right, so we're going to start solve some absolute value equations. The one thing that we have to remember is absolute value is the distance from zero. So let's make sure that we have that. These ticks. All right. The one thing that you definitely want to remember is do not distribute in these. They are not parentheses. They are a grouping symbol, but they are not the same thing as parentheses. Don't distribute into them. We want to solve and get them by themselves. So we will put that as a cautionary green. Don't distribute. Get alone. Whoa, awesome. That's not so cool. Let's fix that. All right, so we're going to solve this just like we solve every other problem. We're going to get the absolute value completely by itself first. So we're going to get rid of this minus 6. So plus 6. And we have 4 times the absolute value of w plus 4 equals negative 56. Because they're opposite signs, I actually have to subtract them. And then we get to divide both sides. We want to get the absolute value by itself. So we are going to divide both sides by 4, because remember there's a little times there. Divide by 4, we get the absolute value of w plus 4 equals negative 14. Now, absolute value is the distance from 0. I can go at a negative direction, but I can't go a negative number of spaces. So what we have is this is saying that I have negative 4. This is spaces. Can't be negative because I can't go a negative number of spaces. So for this one, because it's equaling a negative number, and I'm talking a negative number of spaces, this is a special case example where we have no solution because it's an equation. If it's an inequality, we have to do a little bit more reasoning. But for this one, it is an equal sign and there is no solution, which means we will be doing another one. All right, so we need to get another one. So we will clear our screen. And we will start by writing this one over. Okay, so remember, we're still trying to get the absolute value by itself. So we're getting rid of anything. This time it doesn't have anything added or subtracted. So we can just divide both sides by that 3. Oops, that's my 3. And we're going to divide this by 3 and this by 3. So the 3's cancel out. And you have absolute value of 4x minus 8 equals 24. Now, because it's an absolute value, that's the distance from 0, this is saying I need to be 24 spaces. All right, so I always go back, since I'm thinking spaces, to my number line. And in my number line, if I want to be from 0, I don't usually put 0, I need to be 24 spaces. And I could be in either one of these directions. So this is 24, but this would be a negative 24. So that is telling me I have to make 2 equations that I'm going to be solving. So I keep them in order of the number line, and whatever symbol I have, I keep the exact same one. So the 2 equations I have are negative 24 equals 4x minus 8. This makes my life a little bit easier when I do inequalities. I don't have to remember switching a lot of stuff. And then 4x minus 8 equals 24. So thinking of my number line, have my numbers in order, and I just have now 2 problems that I have to solve. And we will pick this color. So I'm going to get the x by itself. It really doesn't matter which side I'm on. So I'm going to add 8 to this. And then I have negative 16 equals 4x. Divide by 4. And you get x equals negative 4. All right, solving this one, add 8 to both sides. And you get 4x equals 32. Divide by 4. X equals 8. So I have 2 answers for this. They're not the same number. There's not one's positive, the same number with one being positive, one being negative. I actually have to do 2 separate problems. Occasionally they'll be the same, but I need to see the work for both of them. So it is negative 4 and 8. They can be in any order, but I usually go smallest to largest just because it's a good habit. All right, we will check to make sure that we are correct, and we are good to go with this.